Christopher Kit Carson was born in December 1809 in Kentucky and raised on the rugged Missouri frontier. Orphaned early, he ran away as a teenager and became a fur trapper, eventually gaining fame as a mountain man, admired for his courage, durability, and practical wilderness know-how. He came to symbolize the spirit of early American expansion, gritty, persistent, and ingenious. In 1842, Carson joined Lieutenant John C. Fremont of the U.S. Army's Topographical Engineers. Fremont enlisted Carson's help to guide his team along the Platte and Sweetwater rivers through South Pass, a key route to the Pacific. This partnership proved critical in mapping the West. Fremont's published report of the expedition described Carson as a fearless guide, bringing national attention to his frontier reputation. By 1845, Fremont organized another expedition of around 60 men, crucially including Carson. Though touted as scientific, military motives were clear, given rising tensions with Mexico. In the winter of 1844, Carson guided the group across the treacherous Sierra Nevada. Facing waist-deep snow, blizzards, extreme cold, and near starvation, even resorting to mule and dog meat, they relied on Carson's survival skills to cross what became known as Carson's Pass on February 20, 1844. In April 1846, Fremont and Carson entered California's Sacramento Valley. Soon they clashed with Mexican forces and indigenous groups, escalating regional tension. One grim incident occurred at Klamath Lake in May, when Carson led an attack that resulted in the death of 14 Klamath people, an action intended to intimidate local resistance but criticized as brutal even at the time. When the Mexican-American War officially began in May 1846, Fremont's party took on a more overt military character. Carson carried dispatches among Fremont, U.S. Army units, and Naval Commodore Stockton. He also aided key skirmishes, including confrontations after the Sacramento River events on April 5th. Carson and Fremont even briefly served as military governors of California, helping lay the groundwork for American rule and the Bear Flag Revolt. Toward the end of 1846 into early 1847, Carson embarked on a legendary backcountry mission, riding through desert and mountain terrain, sometimes on foot or on hands and knees, evading Mexican patrols to deliver vital dispatches from California to Washington, D.C. Along the way, he linked up with U.S. battalions and eventually met Marines in San Diego. This daring endeavor ensured timely communication between Fremont's forces and President Polk's War Department, greatly aiding in U.S. control of California's strategic ports. By early 1847, thanks in large part to Carson's scouting and communication work, U.S. forces had a firm hold over California. With Mexico's defeat and the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848, California was officially ceded to the United States, opening the path to the Pacific. Kit Carson's involvement in the Mexican-American War highlights the complex layers of American expansion, exploration, ambition, and violence. While celebrated as a hero for his courage and loyalty, especially to Fremont, he remains a controversial figure due to his acts against Native Americans. Nonetheless, his endurance, frontier skills, and daring missions place him squarely at the heart of America's westward conquest.